welcome to that update that is lucky for some but unlucky for others, number 13. Whilst I'm thinking about that, to be quite honest, it reminds me of an old saying, got my lucky rabbit's foot. Always wondered why they call it a lucky rabbit's foot, because I don't think the rabbit thinks it's lucky, but there you go, never mind. Anyway, I digress. Got quite a bit of work done to this now. The ship is at the decal stage, which is absolutely fantastic. So all the paintwork has been finished off, and it's been clear coated. So all I've got to do now is get every single one of those, plus a few extras, on there. The thing is, with the little lifeboats, these ones here, if you use the Paragraphics set, then you've got an extra 4 lifeboats that go on the model kit there, 2 there and then 2 there, and they're not actually supplied on here. So luckily enough, I do have the old ones from the other kit that got destroyed, so I can pull those off and put those on there as well. So that's my main aim of the game, is to start getting those decals on now. I'm going to actually start from the back end and work my way forward, get the top done, then get the sides done, and then do underneath. There's no particular reason why I'm doing it that way, it's just the way that I've chosen to do it. So there you go. I will come back to you once I've got some work done to the top of the ship. Managed to get the entire top of the ship decaled now, so that's actually starting to look really good. I have used the both of the micro set and micro sole solutions on these decals. The ones that just lay flat, I've used the micro set because there's nothing really wrong with those, to be fair. But the ones that follow a slight curve, I've used the micro sole on, and the registry as well. I've used that. I've used the micro sole on that to try and help get it into the panel lines as well. But that's not looking too bad at the moment, to be quite honest. We've got a lot of decals just on the top there, as you can see. It is looking quite good. It's taken a good few hours to go through, really, to be quite honest. There's all sorts of little decals on this all over the place, and as I say, it just takes a good couple of hours just to go through them. There's there's a few decals actually that I haven't used, and that's mainly because there's either photo etch or we've used windows. So for instance, like this one here, not used. These ones here for the windows corridors, again not used. These ones here for the impulse engines, the intake, again not used. There's also the little ones there for the shuttlecraft, again won't be used. So there's a few of them around that aren't going to be used. So there are going to be a few decals left over by the time we've finished. Yeah, I mean, on the whole, it's starting to look good. And then we've also got the extra decals on the sides there as well, for the lifeboats that come with the Paragraphics kit. So that's actually really looking good now. I'm really happy with the progress on this so far. It is starting to come alive now. It's got some decals on there. All I need to do really now is just wait for this to dry off completely, and then I'll flip her over and then do the bottom side and then all around the edges as well. I'm going to redo these thrusters again. Not happy with the way that turned out. I did try to darken them off a bit, but the wash was a bit too thick actually, so I'm just going to quickly repaint over those a bit more and get those looking a bit better than they are. But that'll be one of the last little jobs that needs to be done, to be honest. So as soon as I got the rest of the decals on, I will come back to you. Following a massive stint today on decal duty, I'm pleased to say that I've now got the the bottom of the ship done, and I've also got those other few decals done as well that were on the top side that I didn't manage to get done yesterday. So it's looking really, really good now. I'm actually starting to, think, wow, this kit is actually getting to the stage now where it's nearly done, which is fantastic. So I'm happy with the progress that we've made so far on this. I've still got another 54 decals to go. They're basically all the ones that go around the outer side of the saucer section, and then I've also got a few that go down the side of the engineering hull as well. So I shall be picking that up tomorrow. First of all, I have actually noticed whilst putting all the decals on, I had forgot to paint the sensor bands on the sides of the ship. So before I put those decals on that go down the side here, I'm going to have to go in tomorrow and actually get those painted before I do any more decaling, because I'm going to need to mask all those off, and I don't really fancy putting masking tape on fresh decals, because that could end up with a few tears. I've also got the sensor bands as well in there to paint as well, so I might as well get those painted at the same time. So that's about it for the moment. As soon as I've got some more work done to this, I will come back to you. Got the sensor bands painted this morning now. Just waiting for these to dry before we can put them in. But these are the ones that go on the saucer section. Nearly lost them then. Just decided to put them on a little bit of tape. It'd be easier to paint them whilst they're on a little bit of tape. But we've got a few different colours in there. We've got some yellows, reds, blues, whites, silvers and golds, and also a little bit of copper on those ones as well. So they're looking quite good, and hopefully by the time they're in they should look even better. And then we've also on the saucer section, on the actual ship itself, we've got those painted, and we've also got those ones done, and it's also the same on the other side as well. So I'm really happy that I remembered that I needed to do those, because otherwise it would have looked a bit silly without them being put on. So what I'm going to do before I continue with the decal work really is I'm just going to tidy up the thrusters as well before I do anything else. Let them dry off, and then I'll be able to get back to the decals. So as soon as I've got some more work done to this, I will come back to you. So we've got the sensors, not the sensors, the thrusters repainted, and they're looking a little bit better now. They've actually taken away some of the harshness. I'm happy with that. I'll leave those as they are now. We've got all of the sensors in on this side, not a problem at all. They went in nice and easy. Unfortunately, one of the decals on the other side did come off. It just kind of tore and come off. I was a bit surprised that happened, considering all the others have gone down really, really smoothly. So luckily enough, I did have another sheet and was able to take the exact same one off that one to get on to this side. So that's good. We also managed to get the rear one in, the rear sensor in there, and also the front sensor in on this side as well. We had a little bit of an issue with this one. It was a bit of a tight fit, and I was trying to get it in there, as we modelers do, but it wouldn't go in. Now, unfortunately, what happened, rather than the actual little sensor band snapping in half, it flew off like a shot, and I don't know where it's gone to. I've spent the best part of 20 minutes trying to search for it and can't find it. I will continue the search, because you never know, it might turn up somewhere. But in the meantime, I've got the old Voyager sitting in the freezer at the moment, because the sensor band in that is welded in. and it's just not going to come out. So I'm kind of hoping by sticking it in the freezer it's actually going to make the glue a lot more brittle, so I can just then pull it out. It just means then after that I'm going to have to strip it and then clean it, paint it, and then put it in. So whilst I'm waiting for that to happen, I will just continue with the rest of the decals on this. Right, so we have some success. All of the decal work is now done to this kit. No more decals to be done. We've also got the sensor band in there now. Can't find the other one. Don't know what happened to that. That's just pinged off into a corner somewhere, never to be seen again. It wouldn't surprise me if the carpet monsters already had it for lunch. So all I need to do really is just put the detail painting on that, and that'll be fine. The rest of it really, as I say, decals are done, just waiting for those to dry off properly. Then I'm just going to need to put a clear coat over the top of that just to help everything settle in. One thing I did have actually with this kit is I did find the Lifeboat Decal, this one just here, fell off for some reason. I don't know why. Luckily enough, I did notice it just sitting on the bench. So it's a bit of a puzzle as to why that come off, because it was on quite strong, quite nicely. But what I've done is I reapplied the decal, and then I put the micro set on there as well, and then I just went around every single decal again just to apply a little bit more micro set as well, just to make sure that they're not coming off anywhere or anytime soon. So I'm just going to leave this now for a good couple of days just to let all the decals dry, and then once they're dry, as I say, I'll just get this clear coated, and then it's just a case of laboriously taking off all the masks, filling in all the windows, and putting all the other little bits of detail on there that need to go on there. So I think I'm going to call it quits on this video. I think it's getting a bit long, so I will catch up with you in part 14, which hopefully should put this build to bed. Keeping fingers crossed. So thanks for watching, and please do take care.